Hello beautiful souls, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today's pick a card reading is on your next epic love. So this is for the single YouTubers. There are 4 groups to choose from, and they are the red heart, the purple heart, the white heart, or the mauve heart. Once you know the color heart, please go down to the timestamp below, click on it, and it will take you directly to your reading. Please also remember that you do have free choice and free will, and that whatever is said today is in vibrational alignment with the collective's energy. You can change things, but it is offering you the most probable guideline. Please enjoy, and I shall see you shortly. Welcome back. Group number 1 is the red heart, and I'm just going to put that heart over here so we can see the cards and what's come out. So you have the 6 of inspiration, the 8 of voices, the 10 of materials, use of materials, and the 5 of inspiration. I am going to get 10 cards for this, for the mainstream. Then we've got the moon, the wheel of fortune, 2 of emotions, wow, the hanged muse, and strength. First of all, I'm going to say that there's a little bit of maybe a Leo vibe or a fire sign vibe, but there's also a lot of what I say emotions here, which is also water signs. So I would say that this could be connecting to people in their sun, moon, or rising with either water elements to their chart, or I would say fire. The very first thing that comes up here is that I feel like these people, there's a kindness to them with the 6 of inspiration. I think that they've been re-establishing themselves in a work arena, and it feels like they have a wide array of, like, a very strong sense of community feeling here, of where they have friends maybe from sort of all over the place here. It feels like where it may not be just sort of near where they live, but it might be also sort of overseas or interstate here. It feels like there's a sense of realigning their vibration, and after I feel like there has been some challenges here and they're realigning their vibration, I think on some level to have a different type of security. So maybe what was once secure for them in their life, they've made some changes here, and it feels like now they've got these ideas and they're moving forward. It has been a little bit of a trial and error, I do think, but they're getting through it. I also feel like these people could be affected by when there's a full moon. So there may be like a Cancer element there as well with the moon here. But it feels like they're in the midst of changing their career path. I feel like when you potentially meet them, it feels here. But it feels what they're doing is that by having all this change come in is actually on some amazing level really showing them what they can do. And I feel like if they hadn't have had this change come in, it feels like their growth might have been a little bit stunted. So by sort of going for their goals, or feeling like they were sort of thrown into needing to change some things in their life, it feels like that's how they meet you. I don't think they're going to be expecting to meet anyone when they meet you. It just has that really strong feeling of when they meet you, it's like a real blessing, and if they hadn't have chosen this path that they're going on, they may not have met you. So it feels like the universe is going to give them and work in very amazing things, but also in a sense of where the universe can give them so much more than maybe what they're asking for, with other than just, say, the stability here. I see abundance here for these people, but abundance goes much more than just finances. It's also, you know, abundance in love and abundance in, you know, different lifestyle stuff here as well. It feels that these people have had to really let go of a lot of, say, past avenues in their life that hasn't worked out for them, and just really focus on the things very clearly on what will. There's a lot of spiritual abundance here for them, and it feels like it has been done through trial and error. There's also something here about them helping people with work or with something along that line, or helping people in whether it's business or in a but in a professional manner, but not in the mainstream field. So whether or not they give advice on social media or, they're still kind of being seen and heard here to some degree. And it feels like they're really going to reconnect with a really strong sense of passion in who they are. They're strong emotionally, it feels here. And there's also, as I said, like there's a little bit of a caring side to them here. It feels like it has been a little bit stressful with the Eight of Voices here, but it feels on some level that they're managing something here, I think, with maybe their emotions and their thoughts, and working through things here. It really does feel like when the change comes in, it's going to be the best thing for these people. They're hard workers. They're not afraid to put in the hard work, and I feel like they'll get the rewards in so many different ways, more than what they could imagine here as well. These people are deep thinkers too. I think that people would naturally just see them on one level where they may feel like people are just seeing them sort of where they work, where they're really work orientated. But it just tells me with the moon here that there's a lot more hidden depth to them. And it just feels like when you meet these people, it's just that really first initial stage of wanting to really focus on grounding something, to get tangible results. It feels like they really want to have that security or reestablish something with their sense of security. They've got great ideas, and I just feel like these are the people that never give up trying here as well. It feels like with the Wheel of Fortune here too, it feels like there could be someone from the past that they're trying to clear so that they can meet someone new here. It says here too. And the changes that come in, I feel like I get that sense when you first meet this person, they're going to be really busy, and you might feel like, do they not like me? Are they not going to be able to spend that sort of quality time with me? And I feel like they do really like you. It's just they may be a little bit time poor while they're just initially setting something up for like maybe 10 months or for a period of 10 days or 10 weeks or so, because it feels like they're launching something or setting something up to get tangible results, which they will do really well. I think they're going to be very successful, it says here. So it feels on some level very important to just communicate your feelings so that there's no confusion here, where the moon can be here. And it just feels like, as I said, it doesn't feel like they're looking for a relationship, but it feels like when they meet you, it feels like it's just natural, organic, and it's the best thing that's ever happened to them and to you, because it feels like Spirit is saying here, it feels like there's just this sense of calmness also with this person, and it just feels like it's a relationship that maybe you both haven't experienced before. So it's like you may have broken, like patterns from the past with maybe past relationships that, didn't serve growth or had served you growth, and you've got the wisdom of it, and now it's time to sort of meet, the one, so to speak, because I kind of feel like the one here with Two of Emotions can be a pretty epic love here. You may find that they're self-sacrificing a little bit at first, maybe to set up some sort of security, but I do feel like they're just in the midst of wanting to make sure that they've got a solid foundation, I would feel. I will get a couple more here. Yeah. These people are great communicators. They love to talk. They love to communicate. I feel like their wishes and ambitions and dreams and goals are all coming into fruition. It just feels like everything happens all at once for them. And then they have to learn with the Chariot to navigate maybe their way and feel their way. Now, I'm getting a strong fire sign element here with Temperance as well, and Cancer here with the Chariot. Sometimes they might be a little preoccupied, and you might feel like, not that you're being ignored, but maybe that they're so a little bit preoccupied, and it's like, are they being a little moody and that sort of thing? I don't feel it's so much that. It just feels like they're super busy and they're trying to get things to sort of work and happen. I feel like whatever periods that they've gone through, it feels like they're learning to sort of manage maybe something. Say if they have, with the Chariot, they can get a little down sometimes maybe. But on the same token, I'm seeing other cards around it saying that they, Spirit saying that they've got this, they can handle this or they can manage this, because they're just very much, I'd say, in their heart, all the time and trying to really focus on bringing in the security here. So I think that there's a strength with them, but there's also sensitivity with them here. And I kind of feel maybe in the past that they have done a little bit of self-sacrificing, but they don't do that sort of as much now. I feel like they're sort of stepping into what I would say their best version of themselves here as well. There's also a sense of maturity with these people. Not, and when I say maturity, it doesn't mean they're old, but they've just got whatever has happened over the last 2 years for them when you meet them previously, something has matured them naturally here. And that means they're ripe, for a relationship here as well. It feels like there's that really strong water and fire element here that comes in quite strongly and very, very connected to their emotions. The moon, I feel like, has a big impact on them. Sometimes here it feels, or full moons on some level, but it just feels like there's also a sense here that these people are what I would say is pretty open-minded here as well. I feel like what you see with them isn't necessarily like first impressions. I think there's a lot more, what I'd say, depth here. I am just going to pick out 3 initials. Okay, so we have starting either first name or surname or nickname. That's an A. A Y. And an O. So they could have like a 7-day number. They may add up to a 7-day number. So that might be the date that they're born. Say if they're born on the 25th or the 16th or the 7th might be strong, or in their date of birth they might have 7s somehow connected there, and 2s as well. And the 2s would be like born maybe either on the 20th or they might add up to a 2 if you add up their whole date of birth as well. So that gives you a little bit of extra insight there. Astrologically, I definitely feel like there's like fire and water here. I kind of feel like the couple that you can become would be the powerhouse couple. I actually feel like it feels honestly that you've both been searching for each other for a long time, but not really consciously aware of it because you've had other things in your life to deal with. And I feel like when you meet this person, there's just a sense of beautiful unity and calmness, and also a lot of like similarities, compatibility in that it feels like it really drives the relationship. I feel like you both are very supportive to one another here as well. But it definitely feels like a really beautiful soul connection. That's what I have for you, group number 1, Red Hearts. I'm sending you lots of hugs and all the best. Welcome back, group number 2, which is the Purple Heart. This looks really lovely. It just feels like your future soulmate is someone who's very romantic, very either male or female, very romantic. I feel like on some level they've had to soldier on, or that there's again a great sensitivity here, romantic, sensitive. I'm going to say a little bit driven, very much into wanting to meet their relationship, their other half. I feel almost like these people are trying to manifest you, and on some level, or like they're trying to bring it in on a really nice level. It just feels like, yeah, they're trying to manifest a relationship here, and it feels like they're having epiphanies and awakenings. There's, I think, a lot gone on in their life, but I feel like they also tend to look on the brighter side of life maybe a little more. Like I feel like they are sort of feels very rooted in their emotions, because again there's a lot of like I'm going to say there's a strong earth element here, and I feel water, so sun, moon or ascendant there. And it feels like what they're trying to do is that they sometimes might romanticize a little first before they get to know you. So you may have to sort of put the brakes on a little bit here, I feel, as you get to know them, or just slow the, make sure that you're enjoying the dating first a little more, before they think you're the one and that they're going to marry you in 2 weeks, sort of after knowing them here, because there is that sort of romantic side here. But I feel like they're trying to really manifest a person in their life to share with, and also not just to sort of be a partner, but to share everything in their life. And that could even be a business or work or something along that line, where I feel like they want to share everything with you. They're very heart orientated people. I feel like these people have also felt blessed on some level, maybe in the material aspects here, and it feels like maybe their work is something that they feel is going quite well, or they're getting their work, getting the great results that they want from their work, and now they're thinking, now it would be really nice to get the relationship, and that would be the cherry on top of the cake here that we could have or achieve here as well. I feel like there could have been a couple of people around these people. They feel like they're very magnetic and that they can draw people into them, but I feel like they're being very specific in terms of what they want and who they would commit with as well. Now, there's also a thing with children in this relationship as well. So there could be the wanting babies, or that one of the people here, either you or them, have children here as well. And there's something about sorting out something to do with the care with children. Let me just see if I can get more. Not sure why I'm saying this, but I feel like when you meet your next epic love, I feel like there's a choice here of maybe where you're going to live or where you're going to go and how you're going to, it's something to do with lifestyle here. So maybe they live on the other side of town, or they live in a country area, or that there's something to do with maybe another state. I'm not sure if it means another country at this moment in time, but it feels like another place where I feel like maybe they were looking into. There's something to do with their work, that they're, I'm going to say they're professional at what they do. Some of the cards. Let's see. Group number 2 feels like on some level they've walked away from something to do with their work to because it felt like it wasn't who they were anymore, and they started to do things that they were really passionate about. Yeah, so I'm going to say sometimes this can be in the arts and entertainment area. It can be maybe property development. It can be sometimes advertising or media. It could be a musician. They could be something along that line. But it also feels like there's a little bit of creativity with what they do here as well. So they might be good at writing and that sort of thing here too. They feel like, these people feel like they need to have really clear communications with how you feel. So if they ask you, how do you feel, it's really important just to be open and honest, because I feel like they may misread something here. And if they think that you're not as invested as what they would be, they might sort of tend to think, oh, well, I'm not going to sort of hang around for someone who's not going to be invested. So it just feels like these are the people that I feel like they'll be really romantic. They're going to really want to woo you a little. But they also may need a little bit of communication to start off with, to say that you are invested and you do appreciate what they are doing for you. So these people are a little bit more on that romantic side here. But they also like to sort of, maybe they like to hear the appreciation, or just to know that that it's received in a way of where they feel like they're on the right track with you here. I do feel like there's been that maybe they've done a bit of dating as well here in the past, but they are really wanting to settle and to find someone that's going to, really be their better half kind of thing as well. I think family is something here. It feels like family might be in another state or another place that comes up here as well. Let's have a look. These people might have gone through some sort of previous divorce and had to walk away from a situation. Yep, they've had to walk away from a situation and maybe have had previously had some sort of, if it wasn't a divorce, maybe they lived together or something, and there might have been children or something there involved here as well. But I feel like they're open. It feels like they've had to start their life out again on some level. But it feels like if they were, because I feel like there's that sort of like success around them as well. But it just also feels like they've had to start out again. So it feels like they're not afraid of hard work. They don't want to stay invested in something that's not working. So it's really always important to have that clear communication with them here as well. Let's see if we can get some initials. I have the initials here. Sorry, I was just pulling out the... Okay, I got 3. So start first name, surname, or nickname. N. Oh, we've got 4 here. R. D. And K. Dates of birth. So they could have a strong 6 in their chart. Maybe they're born on the 6th or the 15th. They could add up to a 6 if we add their whole date of birth up. Or they might just have it in their name as well, but there's strong 6s there. We've got double here, double 6s here. So there could be multiple 6s in their either name or date of birth. And 4 day number. So that 4 day number could be the 4th or the 22nd. Or their ruling number here. So they're very, I'm going to say these people are very driven, they're very caring, they're very compassionate, and they're also what I would consider very family orientated here as well. But I do feel because they've gone through this, don't feel like they're not going to have room for you. They will, because they want a relationship. They've been trying to manifest someone really nice. They're not jaded with love either, even though this has transitioned, you know, like where there was an ending here in a major relationship where it might have led to divorce or something where it had to be sorted out. It just feels like they're very much the romantic, and they believe in love as well. And I feel like they want to find their queen to some degree, or king for that matter, and they want an equal. They want to treat the person how they would like to be treated. And I feel like there's something kind of endearing, funny, a little bit quirky in their personality traits there too. I see you getting a lot of laughs, like when they're trying to woo you as well, which is really sweet. They're sweet and funny, but there's also like a serious side, but a funny side too. That's what I have for you, Purple Heart, for group number 2. Thank you so much, and I'm sending you so many hugs and abundance. Thank you. Group number 3, and this is for the white heart here as well. Wow, these people, when I was putting out the cards, I feel like they know how to have a good time. They do a multiple amount of things in their life, and they do it really well. They're very successful, it feels here. I kind of get the feeling that there's a sense here for them that they like to look good. So I feel like if you are the type of person that likes them to rock a suit or to just rock the casual clothes, there's something to do with how they look and how they carry themselves here, which feels kind of like really engaging and almost captivating on some level here as well. Let me just see. I'm getting like a little bit of a vibe here of, I'm going to say maybe a little bit of a, there could be a Capricorn ascendant or sun sign or moon that could be prevalent for them. But there's also maybe a bit of air, like they can like breeze into someone's room and just totally hold the space and not even realize what they're doing, but they just are a little bit on that captivating side. It feels like they're grounded, but they've also got a little bit of air. So again, sun, moon, or ascendant here as well. There's something a little bit inspirational about them. They are a go-getter. They've had quite a considerable amount of success here, I would say, in their life. I would have felt at first when I looked at these cards that they're working towards it, but I actually feel like they're really getting really great results now. So they also feel like they may have 3 different types of things with what they do with their livelihood or work. So whether or not that means 3, it could mean 3 businesses or 3 aspects to what they do with their work that they're doing, and they're doing it extremely well, because I feel like they're really passionate about what they do, and they certainly know how to manifest financial abundance here, because it comes in quite strong here as well. It just feels here that they're looking for, I think these people took time out with the Hermit here before they wanted their next big epic love. And the reason why I'm saying that is I felt like they were putting their energies into securing something in their life and something that they enjoyed. And I feel like the person that would come in through, they're a little bit passionate, a little bit fiery, I would say. But they also are people that also like to take time out and reflect as well. So I feel like if you're trying to guess these people and how they feel, or trying to figure them out, I kind of feel like there's many personas here, and that's not a bad thing. I just feel like they're highly motivated. So I feel like when they're work orientated, they're work orientated. When they socialize, they like to play hard, and when they do meet the one, all their focus and attention will go on you in a really nice way, if you like that sort of thing. But I feel like these are the people that like to look good, and they feel good by looking good. They like to, really dress well. So I'm thinking like maybe designer labels, that sort of thing on some level, or they just know how to look good, whether irrespective of the cost, but they just look expensive and amazing on that level. There's something to do with their hair, I'm going to say, with the Three of Emotions here. No, not blue hair, if you can see that. I'll just bring that card up for you. So we're not saying that they have like blue hair, but there's something with how they do their hair. It's just cool and really nice, and something that I feel like you'll be drawn to on some level here. It feels like they feel like they're the inspiration. They feel very motivated, would be the word to say, really motivated and inspiring. And I kind of feel like in a union for you, I feel like if you've had something that you want to do or an idea that you want to do, I really feel like these are the great people that you can bounce ideas off. But please be aware that it feels like they would gently pull you up on things if you weren't following through. Like if you were saying, I want to do this thing with my work, and they're saying, what are you doing about it? And you go, I haven't done anything yet. And they're going to go, well, when are you going to start? And you'll go, oh, when I'm ready. And they say, no, you need to start now. Like I feel like they would encourage you to sort of start looking into things and not to delay things, and to move forward with things. Like I feel like they don't let a lot hold them back. I don't think these people are the type of people that harbour a lot of resentments. I feel like A, they're too busy, but B, their vibration feels quite high on some level, and it just feels like what they do. These are the people that would find solutions to situations if something isn't working out, or they would find another way. So they're kind of flexible. It feels like they like to be a little bit in control at times, but they can still be flexible at the same time. So it feels like once they set something up, they may then surrender a bit of control, because it feels like these are the people that might have other people that they collaborate with maybe, and they've had to learn that flexibility here. Because this is like the Devil card here, this feels a little bit like on the lines of that they may like to get their own way a little bit. It feels like if there has been anything sort of in the toxic area of themselves with how they've treated people, it feels like it's in the past, because it feels like they're trying to move forward in a way. It just feels like their work life, it might have felt like in the past maybe they've had like a toxic relationship, and they're trying to break the pattern, because their work life feels extraordinarily successful, and they would really, really like a relationship to share it with. But it feels like they've been like, maybe their past relationships has mirrored something back to them to heal, to look at themselves. There's a part of them that, like they're very dynamic, and they may like to get their own way a lot. So, there's something about learning that sort of flexibility here as well. And it just feels like, let me just see if we get more on that. Yeah. The only thing I was going to say is that maybe they like to get their own way a little bit in relationships, or they're so dynamic that they may expect you to sort of fit in with them, and you may just have to sort of gently explain to them that there needs to be a little bit more balance sometimes with it as well. But I do feel like they're dynamic. It feels like they've done a lot in their life where, what I'm going to say, financial abundance or something is very important to them. It feels like they're learning a little bit more about depth in their life, because it feels like they're sort of reflecting a little more, hopefully now, on maybe past relationships and maybe how they've treated or how they've been treated, and what to do there. It feels like they may have had some toxic people around them in the past that they've had to really sort out, or there was a situation here that created a lot of growth for them on an emotional level, that it feels like is now sort of coming into fruition for them, about getting those sort of tangible results, about, letting go of that sort of toxic energy. It just feels like they don't want to sort of hang on to things that aren't necessarily good for them. It feels like they've had to sort of transition something there, and by doing that, it feels like they don't want to sort of hold on or harbour any frustrations or anything that isn't necessarily for their highest good here. It feels like they've had to sort of learn a little bit about, like, maybe patterns or something to do with relationships, and on some level it just feels like they would love to be able to create a great relationship with another person that they can share their life with, and they would like it probably as easy as what they do is when they make money, but it obviously sometimes isn't that easy, so they have to keep continually breaking down or working through and building a structure. So the way that they build say their business or their work, and that they need to apply that sort of like a foundation for that with relationships here as well. It feels like they may have put themselves and made themselves really busy because they felt like maybe on the past someone that they did like felt that they may have disappointed them, or they might have felt a little bit let down or betrayed, but they're sort of working through that as well. I think their big thing is just chilling out a little bit and just surrendering control. Okay, they're the day numbers. I'll just say, so 8, because that's a very powerhouse number. So that could be, born on the 17th or the 8th, or ruling number 8. We've got 0 here. So let's have a look. We've got a 2. So that could also be 22, I'm going to say, or a 2, ruling number or day number, and a 1. And they're people who really like to sort of take charge, be independent, that sort of thing. They feel like they like to, there's a little bit of a uniqueness with them, I would say, on some level here, which feels really great as well. So I feel like these are the people that are really successful in what they do, and they want to equal that success in a loving relationship, but they've had to sort of learn a little bit about maybe the give and take, and understand that in order for them to make the room to have healthy relationships here as well. And I feel like they're sort of figuring it out as well. There's definitely a lot of support, I think, that comes in around these people, that gives them a lot of help and support to make things happen here. In terms of the relationship with you both, I feel like you just both need to sort of be able to work out your values, to make sure you're on the same page as your values. These are the people that I feel like are really dynamic, and they like to win, they may not like to lose. So it feels like they might need that calming kind of influence around them to help them maybe thrive in the best possible way that they can thrive as well. And it feels like they're very very dynamic. The word dynamic just keeps coming into my mind here as well. So that's what I have for you, group number 3. Sending you lots of hugs and all the best. Number 4, which is the mauve heart here as well. Well, the first thing I feel like for group number 4, your epic love is someone who I feel is going to want to build a life with you. That's the first thing that comes to mind, and it feels like they're sort of dreaming about you on some level. Like I feel like they want it, but they may not feel like they're ready yet, and they're trying to sort of build maybe some sort of like foundation of wealth or something, or security here as well. There's a lot of like air here. I would say earth, air, earth, sun, moon, or ascendant. This could be a mixture here of also, I'm going to say maybe a water sign as well. But air, earth, and water comes strongly up here, sun, moon, or ascendant. These are the people who are finding their voices, I would say, in terms of they've had a lot of growth in terms of personal development with relationships to find their voice. So they may have created a lot of situations either with their family or with their friends where they've had to learn to speak their mind and learn to speak their truth. Intelligent, I'm going to say, and there's something a little worldly about these people as well. And I kind of feel like sometimes they may be in their head a little bit, so they may get a little bit bored sometimes, not necessarily with you, but with their life, because it feels like they like to keep on the go all the time and they like to have something, on the go and busy all the time. The one thing I might say is they might scatter their energies a little bit, so they might just need to reel something in there to build a solid foundation, which I think they're achieve here with the Four of Pentacles here. It feels like they've laid all their heart down before for someone, and the person's just gone, and it feels like they're a little shy, but then it doesn't take them that long to sort of warm up and start to communicate as well. These people are I'm going to say they're clever. There's something to do with they're sort of naturally clever, naturally smart. It feels like whatever they've been going on around them, that it feels like there's been some temporary losses around them. There's been a lot of major growth for them, major life lessons, and it feels like they're coming through that and they're starting out. They're going to have a new chapter in their life when they meet you. And I feel like with the star here as well. So it feels like they're just sort of, I feel like when you meet them, they're not, it could mean through either a temporary work situation or through an assignment or through something that you're researching or something along that line. I'm not sure if it's necessarily through friends, although there's a lot of people here. If it is, it's through something maybe that you're one of you is asking support or help on, and you're getting it done through some sort of work thing here. So it's still maybe you work with your friends or something along that line, and you're getting it done. You're sort of someone saying, hey, I've got this really lovely friend for you that I think that you would like to connect with here. They might wear glasses here as well. That comes up. I'm going to say they might be studying something. So they might be doing like master's, PhD, or finishing off some sort of degree or finishing some sort of study, whether it's formal study, spiritual study, or other type of study here. And it feels like they're trying to set themselves up in another direction. Here that's going to be more passionate for them as well. Let's have a look. Yeah, they're trying to work out what they want out of their life with their passion and finances. They're caring souls, very caring underneath. It feels like they've got this exterior of where it's a little hard to break down at first. Maybe they've had been hurt, as I said, in the past, and they've got like a little bit of a wall up there, but once you sort of chisel it away, they're a really beautiful soul, and they're very caring. It feels like they want to make big changes in their life with their work and income, and I feel like you may be the one to encourage them to take the opportunity or to take the leap of faith here as well, which leads to something that it feels like they didn't realize that they could do, which leads them to actually finding a passion here as well. So if I feel like they're in their head a lot, it feels like maybe they do that sort of work that they may consider like a little bit not mundane, but work that's like bread and butter. But it feels like it's not quite their passion. And when they meet you, I feel like they find you're helping them like find their passion on some level. I feel like they've got 3 really close best friends here. It feels like the relationship feels like they may need a little bit of reassuring that if they feel like they've done something that needs to be addressed or something that you may need to talk to them about, it just kind of gets the feeling that they have to understand that it doesn't mean it's over, or worst case scenario, it just simply means that you're addressing something to make it better or stronger. But for them, it might feel like, oh my God, I didn't mean to upset you. Does that mean we're not going to work out now? That sort of thing. So they may need a little bit of encouragement because there's a little bit of sensitivity here. But I'm also going to say because they're finding their voice. Once they find their voice, they're going to really step into their power. And it's like, wow, watch out world here as well. They just feel like the souls that with the Six of Pence that came up before, it feels like they want to, they may have done a little bit of people pleasing in the past, and they're just trying to sort of, find their voice and have the boundaries and be able to, stand their ground. I feel like they've had relationships, but the relationship stuff hasn't maybe worked in the past for them in the way that they would like to, because they haven't been able to hold the space of a relationship. And I feel like it's because maybe they've been really preoccupied with other things of what they want to do, or that they tend to have their guard up, and then when they finally decide to give someone a chance and let their heart space in, they may still be repeating a pattern there. But I feel like once they meet you, because you're very epic to each other, it kind of has that sense of feeling of freeing. They feel freer. It's like freedom, freeing themselves up. That Knight of Inspiration feels like it's like a horses mean freedom on some level here. I feel like there's a little bit of a private side maybe to these people, but I also feel like they're very loyal. And maybe the hidden thing with them is that they've got a lot of hidden passion here, but they're just waiting for the right person to express that passion with as well. Let's have a look. We can get one more. Yeah, it just feels here that with the Empress here, it feels like if they're doing that sort of like what they might consider mundane work or something that they want to change, it feels like they might do something that they use as their intellect, but they want to work from the heart, and it might be they want to work more creatively. And I feel like they're going to set something up within a 3-year span, I would say, of what they are when they're with you, and they start to really flourish that way as well. It's just like they're just really sort of in the midst of transitioning something with their career, I feel here. As well. So let's have a look. Some day numbers. So you've got a 3. So they could be a 30-day number or a 3 day number, or it could add up to a 30, their whole date of birth. A 9. Okay, we've got a 2 here as well. So if they were born on the 20th or the 2nd, yeah, and an 8. That's an extra one that fell out here as well. So that could be the 17th or the 8th day number, that sort of thing, or ruling number as well. And their initials could be surname, nickname, or first name K. We have a Y. I'm going to get 2 more. I was told to get 2 more. An F. And an O. One more. I said to get one more, so I will. Or an A. So initials, first name, surname, or nickname there as well. So these people feel like when you meet them, they're sort of finishing off something, I feel like maybe with their study or something, so that they can change into something that they want to do, that they're going to find a lot of passion with as well. These people have got a lot of dreams and aspirations in that they want to share with you. And it feels like once they sort of let the guard down a little bit, they're very loving and very endearing in terms of in a relationship as well. And quirky. There's a little bit of a sense of quirkiness with them, which I think you'll love as well. That's what I have for you, group number 4. Sending you lots of hugs.